In today's episode, not only are we going to finish the Infinity Fog, mana pool, including the giant crystal, the walkway around it, and the naturalization that is necessary for the area around it, but we will also plan out, build out, and completely decorate the grand, phenomenal Elvish Palace. Welcome back to the iCraft SMP, sir. That was a close one. Where today we are sadly going to say goodbye to this beautiful world. Yes, you heard me correctly. This is the last episode of iCraft Season 5. The server actually already shut down and people are playing in the new season, but I wanted to do what I did the last time we played on iCraft. I want to finish what we have started. And yes, that means exactly what you think this means. In today's episode, we're going to finish this, the Infinity Fog that is supposed to spiral up to this guy and maybe higher. We will see about that. We will finish this walkway, and there is a palace that needs to be built on this entire cliffside right here. Let me give you a better view of it. Palace, right there. All of this palace. Since the season has ended anyways, we may as well go at it in creative. This way we can get it done in less than a month. This clip was recorded 7 months ago, so yeah. Therefore, without any further ado, let's jump into our big building time lapses. All these Enderman. You've seen me do this a couple of times. How many episodes have we been working on this? 3? 4? Which, if you think about it, is pretty crazy because it's an enormous project. But because you have seen me do this so many times, we will skip pretty much to the end of it where I do some new stuff, and that is the final layers of our Infinity Fog. These I did quite differently to the previous ones. I first laid out a full layer of the dark green, which is our, well, basically fog, and then I started tracing in the colors, but not all the way. This is kind of difficult to explain, but you will see what I mean when you see what I mean. I want these colors to look like they're coming out from the depths of the fog and they're spiraling up higher and higher. Therefore, you can see it kind of already, but you will get a better look at it when we, well, look at it. I'm so good at commentating things. For now, let's focus on the spiral itself. This was kind of a big headache for me. I really didn't know how to approach this. I've never built a spiral before, so I first built a cylinder and then I started tracing in colors as spirals. One color, then a second, then a third. This way I was hoping to get a basic shape going that I could then expand upon. It worked kinda, and it kinda didn't. As I said, it's my very first time attempting a spiral. Look at the shaders though, oh my goodness, I love this. Getting back to the spiral though, we're adding the second color here, then the third, and as you can see, it's not, right? Like, this is definitely not what I had in mind. It's way too plain, way too straight. It literally looks like a cylinder with parts of it punched out. That's about it. And that is not what we are going for here. The solution is easy. Let me distract you with my magic glass block. Look at the magic I can do. Isn't that distracting you? Now you don't care about the spiral anymore. Am I right? No? Okay. Then let me put in 2 more hours of work trying to make this thing look kinda random, kinda spirally. It's a lot better afterwards. Still not perfect, but for what it is, I will be happy with the outcome. Oh, big spoiler alert there. I will be happy with what I spent tons of hours into making. That's a good ending. And to show you the actual difference, here's the before shot and here comes the after shot. It is a lot better. The after shot, I mean, right? Let's start fresh with a new project with the pathway. The music is energetic. I felt a lot better after finally having done the spiral and being done with all the glass placing. So I will leave you with the footage. We can just enjoy the music, watch me build away, and then we will check it out in the actual world itself. Can't wait for it. my freaking goodness. Look at the madness we have created here. I am so incredibly happy with all of this. Let me land. This is so cool. It is not really what I had envisioned when I first built this. I thought we would close this all off, have walls all around here, but I like this better. All the arches, I absolutely love it. There are many things that I would still be working on if I would still be working on this base. Like this, I like this so much. This is also cool. I prefer this one over that one. That's a bit too simplistic, but it's there now. And I would kind of want to include something like one of these into this wall there as well. Looks very plain at the moment, but yeah, we are finishing this entire world up today, so we gotta see where we spend our time. This, too plain. This, I just put a forest there. I think that works. Over here, I spent a lot more time on the details. I made the fountain look pretty. Then I added a little gazebo kind of thing right here. Is it a gazebo? It's just a bench. It's literally just a bench. You can sit here. It is nice. I like it. And a lot of plants. Plants all over the place. A bunch of custom trees. Just took the large oak trees and customized them mostly with leaves. Added a few more logs. It's, yeah, you see what it is. And then we come to the crazy madness thing. Don't fall down there. It looks perfect. This is what I wanted for this. The fog effect, how it looks like the colors are coming up, are spiraling up because they get more intense. Zombie somewhere. I am not well equipped for a zombie. Because they become more intense, they go into the spiral, they spiral up into the crystal. I think the spiral is okay. It is not perfect. I would like the several colors to be more separated, but it's what we have, and I think for what it is, it looks fantastic. Let's go down here. There's a lot of badness. I gotta remember that I'm not equipped at all, but look at it. Oh my goodness, I love it. This was so much work. Even though we are finishing this off in creative, I still put 15 hours into everything to get from the last episode to this point, and it is worth it. I totally think so. Let's fly out of here, because you could think, hey Virus, that's cool, it's nice, you've done something good there, you should call it a day. I mean, we have the walkway, we have the spiral, we've naturized everything, everything is coming together, everything looks cool, but I made a promise to you guys. I said we would build a palace for the kingdom, and this is what I gotta do now. This entire mountainside will be turned into the Elvish Palace. I'm quite scared of it, and I think I'm looking at least another 15 hours of work, but if everything comes together the way it did until now, it will be so well worth it. Let's get started. And that we did by building a lot of platforms. First, I tried to kind of go with the flow of the mountain, encase it in platforms, go with the natural shapes and kind of expand on them, but I quickly realized that that would be not enough for the grandioseness of the kind of palace that I wanted here. So I extended it further and further and further and further until I was kind of scared of my own creation there, because I started to realize that I have to fill all this with something, and I mean that's a lot of space to fill. I was actually stuck at this point for quite some time, for several days. I was looking at this from different angles and I didn't know how to continue on with it. So at some point I just said, hey, do something, do whatever, and if you have to delete it later, if you have to redo it, well, then redo it. And this worked so well. I had no idea, no plan. I was just like, it's a blank canvas, so to say, and I can erase anything I don't like. And this was just the mindset I needed. There were a bunch of things I deleted and redid, like this little room right here. I redid it several times until I was happy with it, but that's fine. Way better than just sitting there, staring at it and being too scared to try anything at all. Doing these wall designs, these corners, these tiny buildings helped me to get a feel for how I wanted the palace to look in general, and once I had that down, I thought it was time to go for something bigger. I started laying out pillars, and that was about the greatest decision I have made in this build. It looks so simple, but it helped me so much focus on what kind of buildings I want there, how I want the whole thing to look. Just having something for your eye to focus on helped me to get a feel for how I wanted to plan it out. And this way I could go at it layer by layer. I started at the lowest layer, got all the pillars in, one layer higher, got the pillars in, and then I started realizing, slowly but surely, that by creating these pillars, I am expanding the actual space I have to work with, which means that I would have to build even more buildings than I originally thought I would have to. Speaking of said buildings, here you see me build the Grand Palace. This will be where the throne room is. It'll be the first building that will get a roof, which will help us greatly in realizing how this palace will turn out. I tried to match everything we have built so far. You see the towers in the background? I tried to include them in the building. You remember our village that we started? Let's not talk about the village, but you remember it? I tried to include the roof style into this as well, so that in the end we would have something that ties everything we have built so far together in the most grandiose kind of manner possible. Look at all these pillars. Look at them. I loved this stage of the build. It came so easy to me, so natural. Everything was flowing. I was just going at it for hours without growing tired of it, and inspiration kept coming. Might not look like you need too much inspiration for this because it's kind of repetitive, but once we look at it in the game, you will realize that no pillars are exactly the same. Everything is slightly different, and especially once the roofs are there, everything looks so much like a palace and no longer like just some random kind of pillars thrown together. It's really coming along. I am so happy with this. But with the roofs done, it was about time to start worrying about, well, all this place that I now created. And we couldn't just have plain walls there. We needed ornaments, we needed details, we needed doors to make it kind of look like we could enter the palace. We will not build the inside of the palace, but we will decorate everything you see from the outside. And that is still a huge task. And look, one of my favorite parts. I had planned this for a long time and I couldn't wait to see it on camera. Here you get a nice shot of the before and after the detailing process is done on the outside of the palace. I love this thing so much. What I also love is trying to push myself, and I thought just having plain ornaments on the wall is nice, but we also should have some rooms, at least the illusion of a room maybe, and I thought why not try to go with a horizontal version of the infinity fog. So I created some banners that are just RGB to the max. And we backlight them to give them, I hope it will look like magic. And then some fog in front of it. It's kinda cool when we are in game and stand right in front of it, but it looks better with a bit of distance to it. It was an experiment and I'm quite happy with the outcome. It's nothing too great though. After that, a little outside dining area. Oh yes, I see. Very nice, very fancy. Followed by a really neat before and after shot of me building a patio garden. Is it the patio garden? It's a garden. And because jumping all over the place is surely not confusing for you at all, we are now working at the Great Hall. That rhymed, that means it is absolutely true and you have to accept it. So here we have a large dining table with first one throne, but then I thought we have these banners. You see them, the green and the white one? One is representing the wood elves, the green one obviously, and the other one, the high elves. So if we have two kingdoms working together here, we should also have two thrones. And not only two thrones, but each of them should have their own guardian statue holding up their banner. I like this a lot. For the next thing here, you will have to take my word that this will look cool. Right now, it'll look kinda confusing. This will be the art gallery of our Elvish Kingdom, and from afar, it doesn't look like too much, but there's a lot of detail inside this room that you see when you're in the game. We will check it out, don't worry about it. And then I think it really pops. It works out very well. For now, it's there. You saw me build it. While working on all of this, I stumbled over a tutorial from Magray showing how she came up with some really cool and especially important for me, really compact gargoyles. So I wanted to implement these into our palace as well. One at the front of the Great Hall and one at the very back of the palace. You haven't seen me working on this area yet, but in the background you see a little pond that I created. So since we're here, we may as well continue working on this. A little balcony, yes, nice. I actually spent way more time on this balcony than I should have, but sometimes you get just caught up in these little details. Then some naturalization, some bridges, and some trees, and actually planted an entire forest to the left and to the right. Then some lights, and we're done. Still trying to push myself, I wanted to create a music room, never done anything like it, so I searched the internet for some inspiration, found this really cool piano, some benches around it, and the chandelier that we'll check out later. And then it is time for another big one, for another big before and after. I did a lot building in tight corners that you can't really see, so here you have a nice transition of how it looked before and how it looks after several hours. We now have an entire recreational area with an indoor hot water grotto, with a spa, another food area, with a sun deck, pretty much everything your basic palace needs, right? And with everything the palace needs done, we are done. We are done. Why are you zooming in there? We're done. Look at no, we are done. I said we finished the palace. Stop zooming in on the village. Stop zooming in on the palace is finished. We're okay, let's finish the village as well. Guys, it is insane. I thought we would have a look at it from a distance. We are here on Mikey's Road and I thought we would just walk it, approach it and see how the palace and the Elvish Kingdom in and by itself will reveal itself. Let's check it out. Already seeing some buildings of the village. I love this so much. I've done it before and it's so cool. Our bamboo farm slowly revealing itself. The village just looks so busy. I love it. Oh yeah, and the little garden, and the first glimpse of the palace. Let's do this slowly. Oh my goodness. I love this so very much. The largest Minecraft base I have ever built and the coolest Minecraft base I have ever built. Talking is difficult for me. I'm just recovering from a flu, but let's not mind this. Let's only focus on this right here. All of this. I will walk you through it step by step. We will be a peasant approaching the Elvish Kingdom and we will check everything out as we go. Already so much detail right here. I try to work on a few areas, try to include a few include a few details, but already it looks so cool. We have a little fireplace here, a little pot that is suspended by this chain. We have some storage for people who want to store stuff out in the open. Next to their campfire. I don't know. We have all these houses. They aren't decorated on the inside, but I paid attention to this grass is annoying to the outside. A few barrels, a few chests, just a few things, and already it's the difference between making it look just like houses or people living here. There could be done a lot more, and there could be made better English sentences. But hey, we are finishing it off, and I think for what it is, I think I've said this so many times, but this place is really, really cool. Little working area here, little shed, yeah, some tools, very nice. This is kind of the pleb area of the village with the small houses, but we'll get to the bigger houses slowly but surely. There, the bakery, the windmill, very, very cool. Here's the bridge over this river kind of thing that is crossing, making its way through the village. It is so cool. I love it so much. There are so many things that I want to show you. I'm sure we will miss some things, but I will try and make a little montage out of my favorite perspectives and shot at the very end of the video. I love the bakery. I don't think you've seen this. Before we check the bakery, we are right here in the center of the town square, so to say. I have a wandering trader. He set up camp, set up tent, has his llamas here. They have food, they have what? Don't they have water? I thought they have... Yeah, they have water. We don't forget the water for our llamas. And he has some fancy sleeping accommodations. He can even do this and pretend he has privacy. Very nice. Coming out of the front here, he has a little sitting area with a campfire. Campfires are such a phenomenal addition to the game. And if you... just look at all the views you get. There's our ginormous fancy inn with the garden area back there. There's a carriage with horses that I built. I wanted to make it look like a big carriage, and it's kind of working. The horses are kind of tethered to it. They are very in my face. They have food, they have water, but the way we can see, wait, let me show you. The way we can see these towers from our bamboo farm, and then we look to the left and we have the palace. Yeah, everything is tied together as I was hoping it would be. Let's check out the bakery. I think that's my favorite townhouse, like the windmill, maybe the bakery, maybe the inn too though. Oh, everything, so much detail. There were so many points at this building, during this building, where I thought, yeah, I'm done now, we are finished. And then I came back, looked at it, and then, yeah, could add a little something here, I could add a little something there. I mean, all of this, you've seen this, but I cannot stop looking at. We even decorated the inside of the entire inn. Pretty fancy. Didn't we have let's quickly break in here. I thought we had a guy being a waiter. Oh, Enderman. Put a block right in his face. Sorry, man. These Endermen. Do you remember the bamboo cave? No, not the bamboo cave. The kelp cave. I forgot how to get out of my own building. We're outside now. This worked. The bamboo cave. You remember it? I said it again. The kelp cave. You remember it? It broke so many times. The flying machines broke so many times. All because Enderman placing their dirt somewhere, then the flying machine caught the dirt, everything got broken. Yuck! I think Endermen are officially my least favorite mob, but this is officially my most favorite wall. It is so cool, so grand. We'll do some shader shots in the outro of the video. Oh, I cannot wait. Let's go inside. There's this new house that I built. I built so many things, and the time lapse was already 10 minutes long that I thought some of these things I will just have to do before and after shots. This house, oh my goodness, it works so well in this spot. I love it. I even gave it a cellar because I had it raised, you know, I had a foundation that raised it off the ground, and that looked very plain. So I had some windows, and then I thought, if we have windows, we need a basement. So not only do we have a complete house here with multiple stories, and it looks very cool, it has different sections and a balcony, but it also has a very working, very realistic, in my opinion, basement. I like it a lot. It's very cool. Just a bunch of clutter, but also a little working area, you know, and it leads in a cave that is here that I don't do anything with, but we now have an official entrance to said cave. Man, I have never done so much interior decorating. Like, many of these houses are still plain, but the things that I have done, especially once we check out the palace, it was so much fun. And this area, let me show you the back of it. These guys, the 1.18 glowberries, oh man, especially in the dark, so cool, but also during the daytime, it is such a nice addition. Here's the back of the house, looks very grandiose. This is our little starter house. Remember it? It now has a bit of a pointy top hat to its head, to the talking. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best here. And also, I worked inside here. I came up with a little room for our riches, so to say. Do you remember this place? It's a phenomenal place, but the walls? Yeah, they were my problem. There we have the dragon statue, which looks great. I didn't come up with it, I just modified it so it fits nicely in here. But we would have to dig out such a large space behind it that I don't think it was worth it. And here I tried several rooms. I like this better than the dragon statue. So yeah, we can check it out real quickly, and you can imagine it on the other side with gold instead of diamonds. It's a pretty neat room, right? I especially like the design all the way back there that you're never gonna see. It looks like chains made out of quartz holding back the lava. Really neat, you're never gonna see it. Nice. Good that I know how to spend my time properly and don't waste it on things that nobody's ever gonna see. Speaking of things nobody's ever gonna see, let's check out the kelp cave. Oh, this is such a cool spot. I love it so much. There's so much to see everywhere. But kelp cave, let's not get distracted. Let's sprint over here. These are all the things you have already seen. The kelp cave. Oh man, here we will have to turn on shaders just for a second. What is happening there? Are we out of water or is it a visual glitch? It's a visual glitch. But yeah, with all the 1.18 stuff in the game, I thought we should implement it. It's not perfect, especially the ceiling looks kinda meh, but this place shines with shaders. Literally, can you spot it? Back there. When I first built this kelp cave, I said I wanted to have aquariums behind all of our kelp plantations that we could then see, but you can barely see them at all. If I turn on shaders, you can see a lot more. There are axolotls in there and corals and everything. I had fish in there, but turns out axolotls, this is a weird view. Turns out axolotls eat fish. All the fish are gone now. We have the same thing on the other side, yeah. Did I mention this place looks fantastic with shaders? Oh my goodness, this is so cool. It really looks like an aquarium. Maybe we can wait until the kelp farm goes, because it looks very... Kelp farm goes! My voice. It looks very cool when all these machines are sending kelp flying through the thing while the axolotls are swimming in the background. It is very nice. What is also very nice is the infinity fog. For this, I will have to turn off shaders. There you go. There you go. Oh, this works perfectly. I had to be quite finicky with the lighting. Let me show you. There we go. Give me this. If we place light sources too close to here, yeah, you see that it's glass. But if we remove this, it looks so cool. This is exactly what an infinity fog should look like. It looks eerie, it looks dark, it looks like this is going on until eternity. Can you tell that I'm super happy? Oh, there's redstone there. Can you tell that I'm super happy with all of this? Hey, we can actually kind of see this, almost kind of a little bit glitchy. Let's move on now, because there is so much more to see. We haven't even started the palace just yet. One of the first things we built here, and I still love it, and here is our way to the palace. But since we are here, you know what we haven't done in forever? Updating all of these maps. This should be enough. I removed this, but it's okay. I didn't do too much more around back there, but yo, we actually should go further in that direction with our map now. Move everything down by one. But look at this. Wow, this is quite crazy. These are my little water trenches that I have around the walkways here, and they show up as super big on the map. I don't mind it though. It looks really cool. But I believe I have teased you long enough. Let's go ahead and check out the palace. I cannot wait either. The aqueduct, one of the first things we built here. We're passing it and entering the property of the palace. the little gazebo kind of thing. First thing we built. It's dangerous, you can get your feet wet, so I'm just gonna show you. There are benches there for people to relax. Actually, how do we get... Never mind, this is the behind the scenes thing that you're not supposed to see. I'm just wondering how we actually get up inside the palace. Did I not think of that? Did I actually forget to make a proper walkway in there? Okay, so let's assume I go through this door and emerge from this door right here. Then we are one layer higher and we can see a lot of things. Here we have several options of where to walk to. No, we don't. This is a dead end. I totally know my own palace that I built. Oh, but we start at the indoor garden. You only saw a glimpse of it, but I think checking it out in person, it is so cool. I love this little area. It kinda is very busy, but I don't know. I like that. Here we now have several options to choose from. This is the walkway over the waterfall. Such a cool place to be. Definitely inspired by the Lord of the Rings, Rivendell. And here we have, that's the chandelier I talked to you about in the time-lapse. You didn't see me build it because I somehow lost the footage for that. And yes, it's me building a chandelier. You've seen me build so many things. There's the piano. I think that's a neat little room. And from here, you can look down into the other areas. There's our spa area. I'll show you in just a second. Oh no, better. I forgot to add the resource pack that I made for this. It's a bunch of pictures that I found on the internet that look kind of fantasy-ish and match our style, and we will check out more of them down there in the art gallery. Oh no, up here. Yes, I totally know how my palace works. Here is the art gallery, but first let me show you. If we walk all the way back here, we have a little something that is just an outpost for some guards. You know, there's a guard right there, totally a person, totally not an armor stand with just armor, looking out over the land just in case something is there. The guards have some bows, have some supposedly arrows, a little food area. It's nice, it's cozy. I showed you that it's there. Now let's check the art gallery. I promised you that it would look cool in person, and I really think it does. I admit it's mostly the paintings that sell this place, but that's what an art gallery is, right? Like, if you see this without the resource pack on that I threw together especially for this place, it looks meh. But with it, yeah, I like it a lot. Definitely feels like something the elves could and would do. I love these water trenches. I have them all over the place. I think they work really well together. I cannot give credit to everyone who made these pictures because I found them in a bunch of other resource packs and they have been reused so many times that I cannot say who the original author is. I just can say that it's not me. Definitely not me. From the art gallery, we can now walk up here and are on the big walkway that is surrounding all of this. Our infinity fog mana pool with the spiral, with the crystal, with the rainbow lights, kinda. I mossed up the area back there as well. It sounds like I messed it up, but I mossed it up. I think it works very nicely. And now we can check out the actual great hall. Then we have the recreational area left, but one thing at a time. Let's check out the gargoyle because I changed its design similar to the way put a dripstone there. I think it looks hilarious. I just added more colors to the thing. It was looking too plain with just the cool whites, but the great hall. I'm quite proud of these tiny fountains. I have glass panes right here separating the water, and then we have the big table. It's just the table. Not much to say about it. Then with the guardian statues, each holding a flag for one of the two rulers. I like it. It's fancy. Rule over our subjects and be like, eat more, drink more, enjoy yourself more, be more happy. And with a nice view over a bit of the village and a lot of the forest and some more of the palace. Let's actually jump this, go back to the art gallery, and from here we also can walk down and we are in the official food area for the plebs. For anyone who isn't invited up to the big party room, but it's still nice. They have some paintings, they have loads of tables, they have loads of fresh air. If it rains, these people are in kind of a bad place, but if it doesn't, they have a fantastic view. Is there anything back here? Oh yeah, the Infinity Fog mana room. What do you think of it? I don't think it works as well, mostly because we see the seams of the glass right there, but if you disregard that, it's kinda okay. As I said in the time-lapse, it's nothing great, but it was a try. And further back here, I think there is nothing more other than another way up to the central ring. There you go, up we are. This looks so, oh man, this looks so pretty. I don't know why. It looks so vibrant, makes me happy, just makes me happy. The recreational area is what we are left missing to check out. Through the dining area, through the garden, towards the music room, then turn to the right and don't go towards the art gallery, but we need a way down. How do we get like this? I thought I had an actual staircase. Oh no, it's one of these magic doors that you just have assumed. You have to assume they are doing anything. But yeah, how do you like this? Fancy little recreational area for the elves to hang out, enjoy a drink, enjoy the nice sun that is, there it is. We have carpeted walkways all around, so you can have your feet nice and warm. Little wall ornaments, as I said, I didn't want any wall to be plain, so there is some, oh yeah, this is actually a thing. I was like, whoa, I forgot, but no, this is a feature. This is a window into our hot water spring grotto that I mentioned earlier. Look at this, it works. I'm wet now. So once you're wet, you can come around the corner and dry yourself off in one of these. Very fancy, very, kind of posh, but hey, it's the elves, right? I could imagine the high elves liking things like this, while the wood elves would appreciate a natural grotto like this. The last thing we can check out now is, once again, imagine me using this magic door and coming out right here, where we have a bunch of guards looking at me suspiciously. They have never seen a vlogger before. This is the back side of the palace, furthest out of the kingdom. There's our little lion statue. We'll check it out in a second. There's nothing much to this place. It's really mostly an entrance. There's the balcony that you don't have access to, but that I put hours into making it look nice, and you never even see it if you can't fly. This area looks very, very nice though. Naturalization, waterfalls, very pretty. Don't forget the lion. There he is. And I think with that, we have seen everything there is to see. Let's fly actually, because why not? I added this waterfall right here off camera, this one you saw me do, and this is just everything that we have built. There's so much to it. It is so fantastic. I am all over it, but sadly, this will be our goodbye to this beautiful, beautiful place. I really hope you enjoyed the series. I know there's been a crazy gap between this episode and the one before, but if you have seen my vlog video, then you know crazy things have been going on in 2021 and I simply did not have time for the YouTubes. I'm slowly getting back into things, slowly getting my groove together again. You can tell that I am rusty from how bad my commentary is, how often I stumble over my own tongue, but we will see, one step at a time. For now, I will say goodbye for today. Goodbye to you, goodbye to this world. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. It was a crazy one. I have put so many hours of work into this, but I think it was absolutely worth it. If you think so too, and if you want to help out the channel, you can hit the like button down below. And if you want to see more silly content, you can hit the subscribe button. This was your personal virus, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.